Geez, I filled my camera up with videos. That's the second time. Yeah. Hope you guys got to see this big tree and its giant canopy. It goes way up there. Yeah. This is cool. Some native plants. I'm not sure why they got a cave here, but maybe a sign will tell me what it is. I don't know. Maybe that was another way they slept, was under the rocks. I don't know. But now we're going to head into the museum. I am going to close my phone and put it in my pocket for now. Well, maybe not yet. What do we got here? This is a long. Jade was a big thing. And you've seen a lot of those burnt papers. Somebody's brass work. More. I'll just keep recording, I guess, until they say no. But I won't go in recording because they will say no. Yeah. Oh, you need a ticket. Oh, no, hold on. I have a ticket. Ticket.
Sí, adelante, puede pasar.
Okay.
De este lado se empieza.
Okay, thank you. And there's the Mayan area. All the Yucatan. And then we've got Belize down here. Guatemala, Honduras. According to Secret History, the wise our grandfathers came Mayan lands almost 3,000 years ago. It's a long one. Now, I don't know which of this stuff is legit. This was a thing. They put something there to make the kids' eyes cross, and they put boards in their head to give them the sloped forehead. Board tied. How they bounded the board. And red hair. Red hair was a royalty thing. So my daughter was 3. Paige was 3. We were here. She has a lazy eye and red hair. And old ladies would come up and touch her. It was kind of cool. It was really cool, actually. So I'll just keep going. Oh, dog. Maybe have to come back to enjoy it again. This is the 3rd time I've been to this museum. Yeah. Didn't bring my glasses, but there's stone carvings like this in every ruin, and that looks to be pretty original. It's pretty cool. It's really cool. Welcome and start. It's the Mundo Mayo Museum. Oh, here we go. And this is the cities. The Spanish came and they found these kind of cities, all with white stucco from the limestone here. Cities with 100,000 people living in them. This is what the Spanish found. This is real. Our Plains Indians, they got 6 rocks in a circle by Assiniboia or several places, and down in Big Muddy or something, but somebody scratched something on a rock, and that's culture. Fuck that. They built shit. That's culture. Altars and I don't know if you can see everything. It's pretty cool. The cities. I've been to, I don't know, 50, 60 ruins. I've been to Tikal in Guatemala. Miscellaneous ones. Wish he brought my glasses and I could have read this. See if you guys can scan that and see it. Yeah, and that tells the story. Can you imagine being Spanish and coming across something like this? And thinking that you're all that. Hey, to my First Nation friends in Canada, this is what culture looks like. They built cities. They built. Tikal, Guatemala was the tallest structure in North America, because Guatemala's in North America, until the Sears Tower was built in Chicago. Huge. Huge. And in Saskatchewan, we got a place where they chase buffalo off a cliff and call that culture. Fuck that. This is culture. Look at that. I'm sure that's fucking original. Super fucking cool. You guys might be able to read this. Yeah. The sacrifice. Here's the thing the Mayans did. They sacrificed thousands. See all the sloped foreheads? That's from head binding. That's recreation or something. Carving out of wood for a totem pole in BC. Fuck that. These guys did it in stone. Oh, this is Copan. I've never been to Copan. That's in Honduras. But it's supposed to be the biggest city out there. I sure would like to get down to Copan. Yeah. There's a burial chamber. Yeah. Nobody said I can't record yet, so I'll just keep recording. It's a carving of some sort. Yeah, see all the sloped foreheads? That's from head binding. Besides sacrificing people, lots of them, and the Mayans didn't sacrifice only their conquered people. They sacrificed the winners because God didn't want to have losers as sacrifices. It's kind of crazy. Go either way. But one thing they got was they caught stingrays and took the spike off the tail and they pierced their penis and collected blood to sacrifice to God. Yeah. The gods created colors, and with them things are adorned. The feathers of the quetzal, very beautiful bird, and Nakwa, spotted jagger, flower of the tree, the sky. Creations of color. Yeah, white and dancing with color. This is culture. This is First Nation culture. Wish I had. Here's your social structure. Those are the workers, sloped foreheads. And those are the craftsmen's tradesmen. And the next level up appears to be the warriors. And then the king up top and the lesser lords below. So you got the workers in the field. These are the different pictures of them. We've got the tradesmen who built things and made things. And the warriors. Those clubs, those green things are clubs. And then there's culture. Yeah. And beans is culture, and turtles they ate. Here's the trade routes. I hope this is one. Carved in stone. Don't touch it, it says. Don't touch it. There's jade. There's a village behind. I'll go slow so you guys can see this. This is something cool. This is, I guess, the fourth time I've been here. I've been here 3 times before. There's some stuff. I don't know, it looks like shields. Hunting and fishing. Flowers and gourds and they. Do you guys know white-tailed deer are down here? Isn't that crazy? They're smaller though. They are white-tailed deer. They are smaller. So, can't be too big. Won't fit through the jungle. And there's blow darts and catching macaws and toucans and tilling in the soil. Behind that picture is an island in the water. They did floating islands. There's a traditional. I wish I brought my glasses. I can read this better. You guys can understand that. It's a mock-up of traditional. Up on the floor now. Fascinated by this culture. It's First Nations. It's actual Indians that built cities. Seriously, the biggest building in North America prior to 20 was the Chicago. The biggest building was in Chicago, the Sears Tower. Before that, it was Tikal in Guatemala. Can you imagine? Spanish guys coming here and there's 15-story pyramids built. The first contact with Spanish and Maya was arrival as survivors from a shipwreck coasted the Yucatan. Of these, Geronimo de Aguilar would come to serve Cortez as an interpreter. Years later, would touch Isla Mahawa, that's up across from Cancun. In 1527, they began to conquer. Francisco de Montijo started to conquer. Abandonments of the cities. It was then that war waged in all places, and with that came the destruction of the sustenance. Hunger spread over the entire land, and the protector gods abandoned us. The lords no longer enjoyed the favor of the gods. They destroyed each other with many of us. It was the 16th Catanum of the Balak 9. 1,200 years have passed. Then came people from abroad to wage war on the families that still govern, and the children of the land abandoned the cities. We annihilated those who had forgotten high duties and had disinherited us. We destroyed their images and palaces and went like animals into the jungle, living only for ourselves. No more did we have the guidance or even fathers, and the sacred knowledge was forgotten. And then there was nobody who could read the painted books. In our count, it was the third Katun of the Bhaktam 10. 10,000 years have passed. Yeah. The carved stones, we see them. We have seen their gods next to ours in the great ceremonies. Merchants bring. Well, I can't read everything. You guys will have to read some of this or come here yourself. Yeah. Only great rivers. I'm gonna go this way because I can. Seriously, like they built pyramids. This is Chichen Itza. I've been there. I've been a lot of places in this area. I've been to Tulum. A lot of you have been to Tulum and Chichen Itza. Because you go on your fancy fucking vacations and pretend you're rock stars in 2 weeks, spending $500 a day. All ego. Just stupid. Serpentine relief. Pictures. These are pictures of original drawings. Yeah. Battle stands out here. Stop it and read it if you want. Very cool. Can you imagine being a Spanish guy and coming onto something like this and thinking you're all it? Can you imagine being a First Nation in Canada and thinking you got a fucking culture when you got 6 rocks in a circle called a teepee ring, 1 stone around big muddy with some fucking scratches in it, a cliff that we chased buffalo off, and no written language, no books, nothing, no cities. And these are the cousins. Can you imagine our First Nations in Canada think they have a culture? Does it even make fucking sense? When these guys are building cities, aqueducts, floating gardens. Didn't bring glasses, I'm getting old, right? Crotchety. This is culture. This is culture. She didn't take my ticket. Maybe I'll be able to come back again and use my ticket. I hope so. I have to bring my glasses. Here's a written glyph system. The sloped forehead, the crossed eyes. Only in Mayan live the wise who can write which has been and what is to come. Only in the land is so much wisdom found. Only the books made from the bark of trees and the skin of animals are written the hidden ways to give health and well-being to the body and spirit. Through them we'll know the will of God. On the stone is written the history of the lords, the account of their days, their faces, their divine ancestors are painted and modeled in the great buildings, where their works are also related. Because of this, their word will never be lost and never forgotten. Their word, shaped in clay, is painted on vases accompanying to read. Jesus Christ, that's what that says. That actually says that. Written language. Touch anywhere to begin. English. Touch English down here. Oh, this is how to count the Melon calendar. They use their calendar to write dates. The Kalabs, the Picts, the Boks, the Winyaks, the Junes, the Moss. Where to my number to an numeric number? Press the bars. Okay, so 32,000 equals. Whoa, so that's times. I don't know. 8,000. 400. Oh, I see. I understand. The different shapes, like this, make different things. Okay. So, if I go clear. Come on, clear for me. I think I broke it. I broke things. I broke it. So, different shapes or different pictures or different numbers. And it looks. I wish I could go back now. Oh, there it is. 0. Mine's had the number 0. That's a rare thing in cultures. Position 1 was 1 to 5. And then you got Vinyak's 20, Bok is 40, 400, Pick is 8,000, and Kalab is 160,000. Yeah, you guys can find this on the net. This is copies of some of the written books that the Catholics took away and burnt. They were scared of them. They had truths, they had history, they had cures for things. And the codexes were burnt, not just one, hundreds. Enough to fill 2 or 3 gymnasiums. Yeah, this is written in Mayan. I hope you guys can see it. It's a bit dark here for sure. It's hard to see. The counting of time. There we go. Boy, I'm breaking everything today. That's not working either. Baktun, Katun, Tun, Tin. The Mayan calendar. Yeah. Well, the highlight of this, and I know it doesn't seem like much to you, but it's real. This is history. This is real history. The Spanish came and they found cities that looked like this. White with stucco. Lime. This whole area is built on limestone. So it was all lime. They were packed with lime. They were white and decorated with color. Can you imagine seeing that and thinking you're a Spanish hero and your culture's all it? Can you just imagine? Yeah. Yeah. Chichen Itza, been there. Tulum, been there. Tikal, been there. Actually, now you gotta go upstairs to get to the top of Tikal. When I was there 30-some years ago, we could walk up the pyramid. Now they got stairs. Carved in stone stuff. A city. And our First Nations think 6 rings in a circle is culture, calling it a teepee ring. They lived in fucking dead animals. Buffalo hides. Dead animals. And you couldn't even build a fucking shed. They couldn't even build a stick house. And that's culture. Jesus Christ, that's just stupid. Fucking 6 poles in a row and wrap a dead animal on it and call it a home. When you shit in a corner long enough, you just, in the spring, you moved it over a few miles and hunted somewhere else so you didn't have to sit around and shit all day. Fuck, these guys had sewer systems, people hauling stuff used as fertilizer. Man. Yeah, they traced the stars. They knew the stars. Sky observers. The Mayan astronomers observed the sky. For them, the celestial bodies must have been the clearest sign of the regularity and immutability of the universe and the will of the gods, constituting the base for the elaboration of the calendar and the calculation of time. The observation of the original of the Mayan belief that events are repeated under the same celestial circumstances and therefore on similar dates. Knowledge of the stars and their movements and the passage of time permitted the prediction of events, as well as the setting of suitable dates for marriage, wars, enthronements. Astronomical knowledge is shown in these codexes, which still remain and which record predictions of the eclipses, lunar cycles, cycles of Venus, and relationship to human destiny. They actually knew how to track the stars. They didn't have telescopes. They sat there and stared at the sky, and they knew. And they knew. There's an astronomer. He sat, they sat and they looked. And they lined their eyes up through holes in wood or stone or something. And that would be their job forever, for generations, to sit and stare and write it down. I'm going to wander back down. I think I'm still recording. Yep, I'm still recording. Yeah, a lesser city down here. See it? Can you see it? You guys can tighten this stuff up. First time I seen this 30-some years ago was here. It just shook me up. Because we drove down, and I drove down back country. I took my ex-wife and my daughter Paige and 14 houses, and is seriously going to think about moving to the south 30, 40 years ago. And we'd seen all kinds of ruins because we were traveling gravel roads to get here. And well, I went home and there was a divorce. Fucking Jennifer Mitchell, fucking retard. Whatever. She's stuck. Yeah. My daughter had her 3rd birthday in Belize. Caught her first fish in Belize, across the river, across the bay. We're gonna go there. Planky Stone. Planky's pretty fascinating. It's the most together ruin out there. Yeah. 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 And there's that guy sitting in a spaceship driving it, with his feet up on the levers. There's all kinds of people think that's the case. Are we from aliens? Are we visitors? Visitors created us? There's a burial in Copan. I have not been to Copan. Copan is supposed to be fascinating. Yeah. I don't know if you guys can see the pictures very well. It's dark here. Maybe that's part of it. They don't want you to take pictures. I have to come here when I come to chetumal. It just makes sense. Just to humble me. Just to humble me. Bring me back to understanding what First Nations are about. Yeah. Yeah. When you see stuff like this built, you know, all the lime's washed away and they're just stone. But when you see stuff like this built, how could you not be humbled? They carve stone, they build things. And the Spanish came thinking they're all fucking it, eh? Not at all like our First Nations. Not at all. Not at all. 6 rocks in a circle isn't culture. 1 stone with some shit scratching isn't culture. A buffalo fucking cliff ain't a culture. And I'm gonna come back. Let's see what you walk again. Time corpses. Yeah, stucco houses. See how they're white, those ones? I don't think they were just sticks. There was bugs and stuff. They made an effort to keep the bugs out. Mind you, then it would be hot. But, you know, I've been to Lamb and I took the river trip up. Yeah. Copan's way down here in Honduras. Yeah. That's way down there. This is Belize. And this is Guatemala. And Belize is part of Guatemala, but the British made the boundary, eh? They decided that this is theirs. Yeah, so we'll make the boundary. The thing is, this whole Yucatan at one time was one country. It was called the Republic of the Yucatan. And it joined with Mexico. The rich from Mexico during the Civil War went to the Yucatan. Yeah. It was its own country at one time. Its own colony. The Mayans used various methods to make the face and body more beautiful, best known as the deformation of the head, which is achieved by placing a newborn child in a cradle or apparatus which